Hello and welcome to e-GMAT. We will solve question number 91 of OG Verbal Second Edition by using e-GMAT three-step process. In the first step, we will understand the meaning of the sentence. In the second, we will evaluate the errors in the sentence. And finally, we will review all the answer choices to get to the correct answer. So let's begin. Seismologists studying the earthquake that struck Northern California in October 1989 are still investigating some of its mysteries. The unexpected power of the seismic waves, the upward thrust that threw one man straight into the air, and the strange electromagnetic signals detected hours before the tremor. This sentence presents a few facts. It says that an earthquake struck Northern California in 1989. Seismologists are still investigating some of its mysteries that include the unexpected power of the seismic waves, the upward thrust that threw a man straight into the air, and the strange electromagnetic signals detected hours before the tremor. Now let us evaluate the errors by splitting this sentence into its clauses. So here comes the first clause, seismologists studying the earthquake. Well, presence of that brings us to another clause that reads, that struck Northern California in October 1989. Here that is the subject and struck is the verb. What follows next is the continuation of the first clause. In the first portion of this clause, we had the subject. What follows here is the verb and the remaining portion of the clause, and it reads, are still investigating some of its mysteries, the unexpected power of the seismic waves, the upward thrust. Here are still investigating is the verb for the subject seismologists. Presence of another that means we have another clause here that reads that threw one man straight into the air and the strange electromagnetic signals detected hours before the tremor. Here that is the subject and through is the verb. Subject that stands for the upward thrust, makes sense as well as agrees in number with the verb through. So we do not have any subject-verb pair error here. Since the earthquake took place in 1989, use of past tense through is correct as this event took place in the past. So we do not have any verb tense error also. That clause modifier correctly modifies what the upward thrust resulted in. So we do not have any modifier error here as well. The sentence has a list of three factors the seismologists are investigating. All these three factors, the unexpected power of the seismic waves, the upward thrust that threw one man straight into the air, and the strange electromagnetic signals detected hours before the tremor, are logically as well as grammatically parallel to each other. So we do not have any parallelism error as well. There is no pronoun error here, no idiom error, and no meaning error. So there are no errors in this sentence. Now let us run the POE to find out why the other answer choices are not correct. Well, choice B is not correct because strange electromagnetic signals is grammatically not parallel to the other two entities in the list. The other two entities are noun phrases, but this one is a clause. Note that the other two entities have the structure noun followed by its modifier and are hence classified as noun phrase. But here, the strange electromagnetic signals were detected hours before the tremor is a clause. If there were a that before were, then this entity would be similar in structure to the other two entities and hence would be correct. But this is not the case here and hence choice B is not correct. Let's take a look at choice C now. Choice C is not correct because both the entities mentioned in this choice are clauses and hence are grammatically not parallel to the first entity, that is a noun phrase. Let's take a look at choice D now. Choice D is incorrect because firstly, it has the same parallelism error as we found in choice C, And also, this choice distorts the intended meaning of the sentence. It now means that seismologists are investigating one man who was thrown upward and not the upward thrust that led to this. So this is illogical. So these two errors make choice D incorrect. Well, choice E is incorrect because it has the same meaning distortion error as we found in choice D. So as we found out during error analysis itself, choice A is the correct answer for this sentence. Let's take a look at the takeaway messages. All the entities in a parallel list must be grammatically as well as logically parallel to each other. Also, we must be wary of choices that distort the logical intended meaning of the sentence. The concepts tested in this sentence have been covered in e-GMAT concepts, Level 1 Parallelism Identify and Correct and Level 1 Parallelism Helpful Tips.